She leaves home very early in the morning when most people are still asleep, but comes back home at night, tired and totally spent. She goes straight to bed, leaving her home in utter neglect. Sit down and listen to this short story of neglect, waywardness, and betrayal, all written in the home. In the busy streets of Lagos, every morning tells a story. But some stories are written not in the offices or marketplaces. They are written right there in the homes. This is the story of Helen, a hardworking woman who woke very early in the morning, goes out chasing success, and comes home tired and sleeps off to the detriment of her home. George, her husband, worked for a very quiet person. He is patient and always stays around. Then we have Deborah, their teenage daughter. She was beautiful, well endowed by God. The kind of beauty that brings both attention and trouble. Together, they stay in the same house, share the same house, but there was no peace in that house. Her parents were disciplinarians. She could not cope with their demands, so Helen had to run away from home, not being able to cope with the demands of her parents. At the age of 15, she became a mother. Unfortunately, she does not know the father of her child, a child she had to bring up herself. Life taught her the hard way, but she survived. She gave herself one promise, that she would not allow her daughter to go her own way. She would not allow her daughter to grow up the way she did. So she did everything to bring her up in the right way. But the daughter was wayward. She was difficult to handle. And here we are. As a young mother with nothing to her name, she hustled. She did everything within her powers to keep body and soul together. But the times were hard. She suffered for a very long time. She was in the streets. She suffered and most of the time traded herself for survival. Eventually she rose, promising to give Deborah a better life than she ever had. But in her pursuit for success, she forgot the most fragile thing in life, and that was her presence. She was often not around to give Deborah the kind of guidance a parent will give to their child, and that made the whole thing unfortunate. Deborah began to act strangely. She began to dress carelessly, putting on clothes that were provocative, putting on clothes that were opening the cleavages, smiling too much at George. George himself tried to resist. He tried to immerse himself in his work. He tried to behave like he did not see what was going on. But if you know the devil doesn't always knock. Sometimes the devil lives next door and could easily come into your house. On the other hand, the devil could also live right under your roof. Sometimes he lives next door and has this ability to slip into your house without your knowledge. At times too, the devil could live under your roof and tries to exploit every opportunity available. And that was what happened here. Deborah used all within her strength to entice George. Did George fail? Let us see what happens next. Helen returned home each night, weak, tired, and exhausted. She is too tired to talk, too busy to notice issues. She goes straight to bed and sleeps off till the next day, when she will wake up and rush off to the office again. All her matrimonial duties were sourced out to Deborah. Deborah became the one who cooked. She was the one who cleaned everywhere. She was the one that kept George company instead of Helen. What Helen gained in the office, she lost at home. Deborah found it at home. After some months have passed, Helen was pregnant again. And for once, she stayed home long enough to notice. She noticed that something was wrong. She noticed the whispers between her husband and her daughter. The laughter that died immediately she enters the room. The secret talks that they were holding. She began to think that something was wrong, but she could not really hold anything as evidence yet. So she began to watch to find out what was really happening, especially when she was not around. Then one morning, the truth came knocking on the door. He did not wait for permission. He did not wait for the go-ahead. He just slipped in. Helen noticed that Deborah was behaving in a funny way. She was throwing up from time to time. She appeared to be pregnant. Helen, as a woman, observed that. When Helen asked who the father was, Deborah whispered, "It's George." Silence fell. Helen was taken aback. She could not speak. She could not talk. And when he confronted George, with what she discovered. George did not deny it. Like he said, you were responsible. I had no alternative. The story spread like wildfire. The gossip mills were at it again. There was Mama Risi outside, the woman that does petty trading right in front of the compound. She was the first to spread the news that Deborah was pregnant. How she had, nobody knew. Neighbors pointed fingers. Neighbors whispered. Some pitied Helen, but others did not. But Helen's pain was louder than any gossip. She was in real pain. How could she explain it? That she was pregnant, and her daughter too was pregnant. There is nothing wrong for a woman being pregnant. But how do you explain that you and your daughter are pregnant for the same man? It is not done. It cannot be had. Helen approached Deborah. We cannot stay in this house together. You just must leave and go somewhere else. I may arrange a place for you to stay, far away from here. But Deborah refused, that she cannot leave, that they must stay under the same roof and marry the same man. Helen said it was an abomination. She approached George and told him about her plans to relocate Deborah. But George sided with Deborah, telling Helen that she was responsible for the whole problem. But Helen was broken and humiliated by the response she got from George. She thought the best way to end it all was to pack and leave the house. Some battles are just too heavy for words. She chose peace over disgrace. The moral of this story: when a wife forgets her home, the home too forgets her. When love loses boundaries, shame becomes the teacher. Every family needs presence. Neglect will bring about rebellion, and rebellion will bring about regrets. Guard your home before the world enters it. If you have listened to this story, or you have learned one or two things from it, please give us a thumbs up, share and subscribe. You may also wish to leave a comment on the comment section of this video. Thank you for being here.